Hey, Kevin and Anissa Coy here with Fire Health Education and Ultimate Lifestyle Business by Design. And today we're shooting out this video to you guys because we want to talk to you about a very important event coming up. That is the Experience Conference and Trade Show in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming up September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we're about 5 weeks out, I think, from the event. And we wanted to come to you and do this video to give you some kind of pre-conference information and help you kind of hit the ground running, if you will, and be a step ahead. This conference is not only the largest in the restoration industry, but albeit in our opinion, it's our favorite. There is tons and tons of things to learn. And this year, they're actually being very groundbreaking with their two keynotes that are going on. And one of them is by yours truly and this handsome bearded man over here with me on the video. And we want to talk to you a little bit about that. And that is the Ultimate Lifestyle Business by Design keynote, which is going to be on September 4th, Thursday. Now, listen, there is still plenty of time to get signed up and save money by signing up now prior to August 8th, which is when the early bird special for registration ends. So below the video, I will have a link set up for you to click on to go over and check out rnrmagonline.com, where you can sign up for the experience and be able to save some money in the process. Okay. So first off, we want to talk about our keynote on Thursday, the Ultimate Lifestyle Business by Design. And in order to have this conversation with you, we want to make sure that you understand the definition. So I'm going to read that to you, and then Kevin's going to talk about who should attend and why. So an ultimate lifestyle business by design is a high level is a business that's intentionally created to support a desired lifestyle. It's designed to align with the owner's values and priorities and to provide a quality of life that's often overlooked in just an ordinary traditional business. A lifestyle business is a business set up and run by its founders primarily with the aim of living or maintaining a certain lifestyle. It's meant to be a business which adjusts to that lifestyle so that the founders can live their life as they like and often already do. So, an ultimate lifestyle business is a freedom-based or freedom-first business. Doesn't that sound pretty awesome? Yeah. So,
Like it.
what was that?
I like it.
Yeah. So, honey, who should attend? Who should attend the keynote?
Well, so if you're in the industry, certainly attend.
Mhm.
If you're a business owner in the industry, certainly attend.
Mhm.
If you work for a business in this industry, you should attend.
Yes.
If you have a pulse, no, I'm kidding. I'm just uh you need to attend. This is the the 1-2 punch of these two keynotes, which is, if I recall, or if I'm correct in saying this, has never been done before in this event.
I
Um,
don't think it's ever been done before in our industry,
in
Kevin.
the experience where we actually have two separate keynotes that are back to back one day then the next, and they actually are playing on the two most really important things in business, and so you should attend.
Yeah, for sure. And the event is it the Caesars uh
Or
Forum Conference Center, the new one, really, really great. Um,
past Harrah's, the hotel.
Yep, yep. Harris is the hotel. And what's really awesome is this is a very family-friendly event. And if you bring your spouse, whether your spouse is in business with you or not, please bring them to both of the keynotes. Bring them because, I mean, let's face it, one of the things we're going to talk about is we've been married going to be 40 years very soon. In fact, we're going to be on stage on our 40th wedding anniversary at the keynote, and we've been in business together for 25, excuse me. So, this is very much involves our life. And obviously, if we have a spouse or a partner in life, then that person is obviously very involved as well. And you guys being on the same page would be huge. So
Yep.
what we want you to understand is to give you a little bit of leg up, do a little bit of groundwork with you so that you have some understanding of what to expect and be very prepared in our keynote. So we're going to do this video and then a couple more videos. So watch for them. We're going to be shooting them out to you just every couple of days so that you can get this information in order to make sure you don't miss out, please go to YouTube and go to Ultimate Lifestyle Business by Design to our YouTube channel, and please subscribe because that's where we're going to post these videos and so that you will get notified when they come out and you don't miss out on that. Okay. You can also be sure and subscribe there so that you don't miss our podcasts, right? My life, my rules. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. So one of the things that we want to ask, and we want to make sure that you really ask yourself, all right, and get real present to being, by the way, be brutally honest with yourself, you guys, okay, is if you are a business owner, why did you get into business to begin with? If you're an employee, why are you in that business? Why are you in that position? Why do you work and show up every day and do what you do? You gotta have a why. In the last few years, we kind of all got woke up, kind of shook up, if you will, and realized that in a moment's notice, life can change very dramatically and drastically. And all of a sudden, we don't have the time necessarily or the freedom that we thought we had. And it makes life very, very different. And so, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you're real clear on why you are doing what you're doing. Don't just phone it in. Don't just go through the motions. Like you've got to be present because your life literally depends on it. So, we want you to be real clear as to why are you doing what you're doing? What motivates you every single day? Kevin and I, we have huge whys. We have our Know I'm Successful When, which is an exercise that we're going to take you through with the keynote. We know what our perfect life looks like. Again, an exercise we're going to take you through with the keynote. So, unless you really are willing to be honest with yourself and answer some of these questions, you're not going to have any direction, right? How are you going to plan? Make a strategic plan about things if you don't.
So yeah, and honestly, this is about sustainability. And if
Right.
you're not, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a
Yeah.
process in place, if you don't have a why in place
Hmm.
that's strong enough to carry you through to get you where you want to go in life, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And so it's got to be a sustainable reason. And I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm just gonna clear this up right now. It ain't about money.
No.
Money is not the sustainable thing. And if you haven't already figured that out by now, you will if you don't come up with a better reason. Money is what most anybody gets up and walks out the door every day for. We have to have it. We need it to pay the bills and take care of things. But that's not a want. That's a need. And so we wants are stronger. So I'm just giving you another clue here. That want has to be a big enough desire of yours, a big enough why to get you up and take you through everything, the ups, the downs, the doldrums, the crazy exciting stuff, everything in between
Mhm.
in order to get you to the other end of the process and become successful in what it is you want to be successful in. So if you don't have that why in place and it's not a strong enough why and you don't keep that in your focus every day, you're going to really have a hard time getting where you want to go.
Right. Well, you're not even going to know where you want to go, right? If you don't,
There's that. Yeah.
right. Yeah. And this might even sound a little fluffy to you because you might be like, well, that's great, Kevin. Like, I've heard that before, though. Like, okay, you got to have a why. Well, but seriously, get real with yourself. Get real. Are you tuned in at all? Like, do you have consciously made a decision as to why you're doing what you do every single day? I do. Kevin does. We've been dialed in for a long time. I wasn't. I mean, I was 38 years old first time somebody asked me that. And I had to realize and admit to myself that I was literally just doing the zombie thing. I was just going day to day. Okay. So this literally is your life that we're talking about here. Now, you might be going, oh, wait a minute, you guys, that sounds all touchy-feely and like I'm going to a business conference. This is about business
It
because,
is Feely.
well, it is, yeah, it is touchy-feely. Like business is touchy-feely too, by the way. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. And so if you're an entrepreneur, then you are your business, right? In fact, some of you watching this, you might be the business. You might be a one-man show. You might have 50 employees, but you're still the business because it all comes from you. So if you aren't right here or here, and you don't feel good and you don't have a why and you're not passionate and driven and happy, then what do you think your business is going to be? You think it's going to be successful? Do you
Here's
think
what I'll tell you.
what was that?
I said, here's what I'll tell you. You can be an employee, you can be an employer, you can be a business person, you can be an entrepreneur, but if you don't have a purpose
No.
to get your fanny out of bed in the morning, it's going to be a long slog to the other end. And here's what I know. I've watched this happen and I've done this for a long time. And I've seen people who don't really have a purpose other than I need a paycheck, or who don't have a purpose other than I got to get up and go to work. And do that till you're 65 and see how you feel, and see what your attitude and your whole demeanor is going to be if you don't have a reason that excites you to
Right.
get out of bed and go do what you do to create a result.
Right.
It's not going to be fun.
No, it's not.
And maybe you already know that. Maybe I'm preaching to the choir that that's not fun. And I know it's not fun because I've been there too. We've been employees and we've been employers and we've been business owners and we've been entrepreneurs, and there's distinct differences in those four categories. And I'm here to tell you, I can remember being an employee and thinking the same thing that most people that were working for somebody else was thinking, and that was, boy, I can't wait till I get to 65 so I can get out of here. And I watched a lot of people that were older than me that were aging up into that area, and it dawned on them that this was not what they thought it was going to be like when they got to that end of that spectrum, and they were not happy. They were very unhappy. They were very miserable, and they were just gutting it out trying to get to 65. I don't feel like that anymore. 65 is just a number to me, and I like what I do, and I like getting out of bed and doing it, and I don't see an end to what I do because I'm enjoying it, and I'm creating a lot of value for other people, and I'm getting a lot of value in return, and it's almost effortless at this point because we've designed it to be such a way that we get up and operate our businesses in the manner that we want to. We don't follow anybody else's rules. We make up our own rules. And that's another thing you can learn about when you come to our session.
Yes, and I think it's very important to point out that when we started this journey, we were employees. We were
Mhm.
not business owners. Now we own four completely different businesses in completely different industries, like completely different industries, not even remotely related. Okay. So whether you're a business owner or you are a employee, or you're the spouse of an employee or a business owner and you're watching this, it is very vital that you ask yourself that question, because Kevin's why is well, we're very similar in our whys at this point, but they're also quite different. We have our I know I'm successful when. Mine are a little bit different than Kevin's. Kevin's probably involves riding his motorcycle quite often. And so it's very important that you ask these questions of yourself individually as well. I think one of the things that is very unique for Kevin and I is that we are married, a married couple in business together. And we see that a lot. We see couples having successful businesses together, but their relationship's miserable. or the business isn't successful and it's their relationship was great, but now it's wrecking their relationship. So there's that balance, right? And for Kevin and I, we don't have that imbalance. We work, but our marriage works better because we are in business together. I know that's going to sound really weird and crazy, and I didn't think that was going to happen when we first got into business together. In fact, I made sure that, we made that pact. I told him, well, we'd walk away from this business and just leave it, lock the door and drop the key on the ground before we let it wreck our marriage. At the time, we'd been together 20 years. So, um, it was very surprising to me when I realized just how much closer we are. Like we are so much closer to each other, and we respect each other more. We appreciate each other's differences more. Now, when he starts 37 things in the yard and doesn't finish them, I just know I'm gonna hire somebody to finish it, and that's okay. Because he always comes up with a cool idea, or I do off of Pinterest or TikTok, and he'll definitely get in there with me. But and in business we kind of had to learn that too. He's Captain Kirk and I'm the strategic planner that needs to have everything checked off the list. That's why we work so perfectly together. So instead of fighting each other and wanting each other to be alike, we appreciate the difference. So I didn't mean to get off on that tangent, but I think that's important to really, relay or talk about, because I think that that's a unique thing, honey, for you and I in this keynote, is that we're coming not just from business owners, but we're coming from marriage partners as well. So,
And along the whole marriage line, and again, a lot of mom and pop operators in our
yes,
industry, in this particular industry, restoration and cleaning,
yes,
um, and or some of them that are just pop is out there doing the work, mom's holding down the home front, but you guys all have to be on the same page and want the same things and
right,
and get along in order to be successful. Because if you're out the door trying to do what you think and you're not supported, it's going
right.
to be harder to be successful. And so, and we've seen businesses break up marriages. We've seen, lots of things that can break up marriages, and we've done a lot of things that should have broke up marriages, and we've been successful because we do have the tools and the education to be able to make it through these processes without it turning into a big disaster. And, oftentimes even, back to who should be in this room.
Right.
Are you a brand new operator? Are you a seasoned small operator? Are you maybe a larger scale operator where your revenue is pretty high line? And yet, are you happy at home? Are you happy in your business? Are you successful? Do you have a why? Are things going the way you want it? Are you healthy? Do you make the money you wanted to make? Do you have the lifestyle that you thought you wanted? The reason why you started a business was probably so you could have a better life, so you could have more freedom. Are all those things in place? If not, you should be in this room.
And when you ask a business owner or entrepreneur, why did you go into business for yourself? Almost always the number one answer is some kind of freedom, whether it's time freedom, money freedom, what freedom to do whatever the heck you want to do when it is so scheduled free, it's freedom. And too many times we find ourselves, with those handcuffs, sometimes golden handcuffs, because maybe you're making a ton of money and that's great, but you don't have any time. So, and you're miserable. So that is,
Direct health on the way to freedom and financial, freedom and so forth. And so what good did it do you to do that if you can't keep your health? Because that's the number one thing, right?
right, right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into, I'm going to give you a little intro into the next video. We're going to talk about some of the trenches that we're in, okay? And we're going to ask a very important question. Is something I want you to think about until you watch the next video. And that is, do you own a business? Are you a business owner or are you an entrepreneur? Okay. All right, so don't forget, I'm going to put a link below. You can check out the experience event on rnrmagonline.com. The keynote, first keynote is on Wednesday with Chris and Wayne with Floodlight. And then our keynote is on Thursday, September 4th. And the early bird special is on till the 8th of August. So you still get a really nice discount. Get your tickets, purchase, get registered. You won't regret it. But if you don't and you miss this once in a lifetime event, you will regret that. We do promise. All right. Don't forget, go to YouTube, Ultimate Lifestyle Business by Design, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And so you don't miss the next two videos coming out. And on that note, we will talk to you soon and see you hopefully in Vegas.